Hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the last video, the study from Genesis chapter 1, verses 11 through 19. That was an interesting one. Something I failed to mention at the end of that video was that one of the more interesting points that we went over were the signs and seasons, those two words. 226 and 4150. I'm gonna go ahead and write that down actually. Both in my notebook and on this postcard here. So we're going to continue on. Picking up what we're tracking to be the fourth day at verse 20. So let's begin. And said God, let swarm the waters with swarmers, having a soul living. Ooh, I like that. Let's see what it says in the literal translation says, and God said, let the waters swarm with the swarmers, having a soul of life. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of these words here. First word I want to look at which is actually basically, it's probably going to be the same thing. 83:17, let swarm, and then with swarmers is 83:18, so it's immediately following that. Let swarm. So 83:17 says sharate or sharate. Oh no, sharats. Sharats. A primitive root to wriggle, i.e. by implication swarm or abound, breed, bring forth, increase, abundantly, in abundance, creep, move. And then following that, it shows sherets. So sharats and sharets. Sharats and sherets. Yeah, swarm, active mass of minute animals. Creep, creeping, creeping thing. Moving creature. So there's swarms of an abundant swarm of minute, an active mass of minute animals. Sounds like fish. Having a soul. Having a living soul. So, having a soul. We haven't seen soul yet. Or we haven't seen the word life. We've seen that trees are producing fruit and tender sprouts, seeding seed after its kind. But this is the first encounter we have with life. So let's look at having a soul. $53.15. I mean, this is important. This is an important concept. We're constantly talking about how we have a soul. And then following up with that, we're going to look at living, because having a soul is very closely associated with life. Or life is really closely associated with having a soul, whichever way you want to look at it. So 53.15. Nefesh. From 53.14, nafash is properly a breathing creature, i.e. animal or abstract vitality. And what it's from is 53.14, nafash, a primitive root to breathe, pass, to be breathed upon, figuratively refreshed as if by a current of air. Be refreshed. And then living, 24.16. Kai, from 24:21, Kaya, to live. But Kai, alive, hence raw flesh, fresh, plant, water, year, strong. Also a noun, life. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So So that which breathes has life. Or that which breathes has a soul. But that's kind of a circular definition. So that which breathes is life. And we know from our contemporary understanding that trees do in fact breathe, except they are the inverse. They're the inverse of human beings. Trees breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale. They inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, whereas we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So it's this symbiotic relationship. But these are in the waters, so they're not yet breathing in the way that trees need their reciprocal partners. So that's in the waters. And birds let fly around over the earth. There's actually this, so to read it word for word, literally. And birds let fly around over the on the earth the face of the heavens or actually this is kind of a long word, and it's kind of jumbled up too. It's kind of hard to read. So, and birds let fly around over the on the earth the heavens and face of the expanse, or to read it literally, this is what it says. And birds let fly around over the on the earth the face of heavens and of expanse of. Let's read it from the literal translation here, where it's reordered. And let the birds fly over the earth on the face of the expanse of the heavens. It's an interesting position of these words here. Let the birds fly over the earth on the face of the expanse of the heavens. And let's just revisit the word expanse here. It's 1254. Bara, to create, to cut down, select, feed, choose, create, cut down, dispatch. And the heavens here is 8064. Shamayim, Shameh, to be lofty, the sky. So the flying over the cut down portion of the lofty, the sky. but the cut down portion of it. All right, let's go on. That was the end of verse 20. And God it just says and God, and then there's no literal translation for this next word, but in the like a word for word translation, but in the literal translation it says and God created. But to read it literally word for word, it says and God, the sea monsters great, and all having a soul living that creeps, with which swarmed the waters after their kind, and every bird with wing after its kind, and saw God that good it was. The sea monsters, 8577. Tannin, or tau, yeah, tannin, or tannin. From the same as 8565, tan, to elongate. So 8565 is tan, means to elongate. A monster is preternaturally formed, or preternaturally formed. A sea serpent, or a huge marine animal, also a jackal, or other hideous land animal, dragon, whale. But tannim is a marine or land monster, i.e. sea serpent or jackal, dragon, sea monster, serpent, whale. All right, so we got sea serpents, sea monsters, jackals, dragons. God's creating dragons out here. Interesting. So let's continue in verse 22. And blessed them God, saying, be fruitful and be many, and fill the waters in the seas, and the birds let multiply on the earth. And was evening and was morning, the fifth day. All right, so that's day 4. We got birds and sea monsters, and also, well, really just sea monsters. We don't have land monsters yet. He didn't make any mention of monsters on the land, or I guess dinosaurs. But let's continue with what we're tracking to be day 5. Starting at verse 24. And said God, let bring forth the earth, soul living after its kind, cattle and creepers. And its beasts of the earth after its kind. And it was so. I actually wanted to look at that word creeps. That creeps. from verse 21. So let's go ahead and look at it here in verse 24. And creepers. 74:31. Remes. From 74:30, a reptile, or any other rapidly moving animal that creeping, moving thing. And it's from Ramas, primitive root properly to glide swiftly, to crawl or move with short steps. By analogy to swarm, creep, move. So we got the reptiles. They be creeping. So the reptiles were here first. Okay. We're gonna call them creepers. Jeepers creepers. So next time you see a lizard creeping around, moving swiftly about the ground, treat them with kindness and respect. And with love, because they were here before men. It says so right here. All right. While we're at it, let's just go ahead and look at the word cattle too, because we can't ignore them. We got reptiles and we got cattle. 9:29. Behemoth. From an unused root, probably meaning to be mute. Properly a dumb beast, especially any large quadruped or animal, often collectively beast, cattle. Any dumb beast. Dang. These cows out here, they dumb. I mean, they really are. Cows are pretty dumb. But still, treat them with respect and kindness. Don't go out there in the fields tipping them over. They're dumb. Stop. Pick on someone your own size. Stop cow tipping, y'all. All right. All right, we're getting to the juicy part here. And said God, let us make man in our image. Ooh, we got some plurality here. Let us make. 62:13. Let us make. $62.13. asa, to do or make in the broadest sense and widest application as follows. But it is, okay. So I guess context will tell us why there's plural here, plurality. Because we've already seen asa, dude. $120. Let's look at that one too, because that's man. Man has entered the stage. Adam, from 119, to show blood in the face, i.e. flush or turn rosy, be dyed or made red, ruddy. Adam, ruddy, i.e. a human being. An individual or the species, mankind. It also says another, hypocrite, common sort, low, man meaning of low degree, person. Adam. Adam. It's man. In our image, 6754. Tselem, tselem. From an unused root meaning to shade, a phantom, i.e. figuratively illusion, resemblance, hence a representative figure, especially an idol, image, vain shoe. Shew, S-H-E-U, or S-H-E-W, sorry. So, Selem, to shade, a phantom. So it's like a projection. And made God a projection, or God spoke the making or the doing of the projection of man according to our likeness. Again, we've got a plurality here, and the word our and us, they're capitalized. These are pluralities here. 6754. Oh wait, we already looked at that. According to our likeness, 1823.
Demuth from 1819. Resemblance, concretely model, shape, fashion, likeness, manner, similitude. And it's from Dalma, to compare, to resemble, liken, consider.
So God spoke, and God spoke the phantom shade God spoke man in the shade of, or the phantom of, themselves, because this is plural, according to the resemblance of those that which spoke, or he who spoke it. So God is doing the speaking, and he's saying, let us. So he's talking amongst a group of equals, probably not equals, but I mean, the fact that us is capitalized, our is capitalized in both the in our image and according to our likeness tells me that God is sitting at a round table here and saying, okay, you know, there's a plurality there. That is important. That is very important. I mean, we do have the supreme deity. We've already seen that. We have the Almighty. That was shown in the first 3 verses. Because we looked at the word 430. And that's who's doing the speaking here in verse 26. Or, sorry. Verse 26. That's profound and very important. But let's go on. And let them rule over fish of the sea, and over birds of the heavens, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over all the creepers creeping on the earth. All right, so man is immediately given dominion over the land, the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, and the things that crawl upon the ground, the creepers. So, even though the creepers were here first, we were given dominion over these creepers and these creatures, these dragons and these beasts of the sea, these swarming swarms. Let them rule over. Let's look at the word rule over. Because again, man is being created in the image of their likeness, or in their image, according to their likeness. and let them rule. 7287.
Rada, rada. To tread down, i.e., subjugate, specifically to crumble off, come to, make to, have dominion, prevail against, reign, rule.
Interesting. To tread down is the first word there, and what do we see on those stickers everywhere? It says "Don't tread on me," and there's a snake on there. Sounds like there's some recognition of a race of beings that seem to enjoy treading upon man. Don't tread on me. We got that snake. And so let's continue with verse 27. And created God the man in his image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Which kind of reflects verses 1 through 3 here, where we saw that there was light and dark. There was that which is and was and always will be, which is like the night or the darkness. And it's almost like a reflection too, because there was first mention was darkness, and then here we're that's kind of jumping ahead there, but yeah, he created him male and female. Let's look at, it's obvious what male and female are, but let's just look at the definitions. 2145 and 2145 and 5347. So we're gonna go to 5347 first, since I'm closer there.
Nekeba, from 5344 female, from the sexual form female woman. Yeah, it's probably pretty straightforward
For male as well, but just for posterity, 2145.
For 2142, properly remembered, i.e. a male, or man or animals as being the most noteworthy sex. All right.
All right. So I kind of read ahead there. So and blessed them. This is the first time we've seen blessed. 1288.
Barak, a primitive root to kneel, by implication to bless God as an act of adoration, and vice versa, man as a benefit.
Wow. Okay. That's what blessing is. When God blesses man, man is being made benefit to God. To kneel. We kneel before God. Let's continue. And said to them, God said to them, be fruitful. I'm going to write down the word and bless because that's important. 1288. Be fruitful. 6509.
Para, a primitive root to bear fruit, literally figuratively bear, bring forth fruit, be caused to be, make, fruitful, grow, increase.
Increase. So we were made to increase. And to multiply. And fill the earth. And subdue it. And it subdue. 35:33. And subdue it.
Kabash, a primitive root to tread down, hence negating, to disregard, or hence negative to disregard, positive to conquer, subjugate, violate, bring into bondage, force, keep under, subdue, bring into subjection.
Which is similar to and let them rule
from 7287. Which it immediately follows with that word. So, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, and rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over all beasts creeping on the earth. And said God, behold, I have given to you every herb, seeding seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree which in it is fruit of the tree seeding seed. To you shall it be for food, and to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to every creeper on the earth, which in it is a soul living, every green of herb for food. For food. 402. Let's look at that. For food. It said every green herb. Okla, feminine of 401, food, consume, devour, eat, food, meat. From 401, ukal, apparently from 398, devoured, which is akal, to eat. Literally or figuratively at all, burn up, consume, devour, dine, eat, feed, food. Yeah. Burn up. What? 3418 is and every green plant is for food, or is for consumption. I mean, we might see later on that there's something different about the consumption of green plants, but it's written right here in the good book. Every green plant. But let's go ahead and look at green, 3418. In the sense of vacuity of color, properly pallor, i.e., hence the yellowish green of young and sickly vegetation, concretely verdure, i.e., grass or vegetation, grass, green thing. Okay. And saw God all which he had made, and behold, it was good. It was very good, and was evening, and was morning, the sixth day. All right, and that,
my friends, mis amigos y amigas, is the end of chapter 1 of Genesis. We've seen a lot. We've uncovered a lot. We've learned a lot in just that first chapter of the first book of the good book. I have no doubt that we will continue to uncover some amazing things. Amazing revelations as we go through this book. I'm excited. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm going to end it there. I think it's a good place to end, and we will pick this back up tomorrow. So yeah, I love y'all, and may God's peace be with you. Shalom.